What is going on, my Atomic Autoworks friends? So today I'm super excited. We had a video that we did a while back. It was a Walcom spray gun tool review, and we had a tough experience to the point where we ended up reaching out, did a video on it. I don't like to post negative videos, but I was a little frustrated, and unfortunately I found out, I'm hoping a lot of the frustration was due to me. So what ended up happening is we purchased a spray gun. The spray guns that we've been using for years are Iwatas. I love the Iwata. Because we're trying all new things, I wanted to see what else is out there, and I've always been intrigued by the Walcom carbon fiber spray gun. So we purchased one. We purchased a couple guns from them. We had some issues, and we were looking for some support and help and didn't get it. After, I guess, Walcom in Italy saw our video, they reached out to some of the US people and were not happy with it, which I'm glad that they care about their products. Once they did reach out, we ended up getting a little bombardment of issues where the supplier that we have, who we love to death, is like one of the best guys you ever know. They kind of talked to him, and it really had nothing to do with him. I don't feel it had anything to do with him. And then we did get a call from the regional rep, and once we finally got that call from the regional rep, he walked me through it, and it was in 2 seconds we figured out what it was. I felt embarrassed. The second he said it, I was embarrassed. So a lot of the new spray guns actually have a built-in regulator, and you actually regulate the air pressure from the bottom of the spray gun by twisting it, right? Our Iwatas are older. We never had that. I've never seen the new ones like that. No one's even brought them in to show me that. So we didn't know that. So what ended up happening is we grabbed the new gun, went to spray with it, has a built-in pressure regulator, a digital regulator, and it broke instantly, didn't work. So then we grabbed a regular regulator, plugged it into the bottom of it, and tried to adjust like we normally do. And we were taught from Chris over at LKQ to adjust from your wall to regulate your air pressure from your gun. You open every single fluid nozzle, every single thing up, and you regulate based off the pressure of the gun from the wall so it has constant power and doesn't drop. So we always do that. On this gun, no matter what we turned to air pressure to, we weren't able to spray it. It felt like it was choked up and it wasn't getting enough, and it wasn't atomizing the paint. Now knowing that that bottom regulator was a regulator adjuster, I think it was shut, or it wasn't open all the way, and that's what was doing it. So once he said that, he said, hold the gun in my left hand, because I'm right-handed, I don't know why, but he said, hold it in your left hand, go all the way to the bottom of the gun, you see where that regulator is, and then you could adjust it at that point. And I was like, oh my Lord. As soon as I saw that, or heard that, I knew that's what it was, and I said, I am now really excited because I want to go try this gun out, knowing we know the correct way to do it, and we'll see what it is. So we're going to go in the booth, and we are going to squirt a car, and I'm going to let you know the actual outcome now that we actually talked to someone. We didn't rectify the issue with the other gun. The other gun is still broken, and we had some issues, which now I'm afraid to even say, because I know that if people watch it, I don't want anybody getting in trouble. But we did reach out to get a PPS cup adapter for it originally. They never sent it to us. They gave us the part number to get the correct one. We bought that one. When I personally went to put it on by hand tightly, the head of the gun snapped off. So I don't know if it was a defect or a problem. At that point, I should have just given it back to our supplier and said, here, get a warranty. But unfortunately, one of our guys tried to fix it, and they butchered it a little bit. And at that point, I'm like, how do you do it? So I just ate the $400 or $500, whatever it was, and it's a useless gun, unfortunately. And the only reason it's unfortunate is because I really wanted to try that gun. For a lower price gun, I heard it was a really good gun. I'm not going to buy another one now. I'm not going to spend another $500 just to take that chance and have that, which sucks. But I do want to try their Clearcoat gun out. So let's get in the booth. Let's try it out and see how it works. Before we go and use the Walcom gun, I got to put base coat on. I do not have a Walcom base coat gun, so we're using our Iwata gun. One of the things I wanted to go over, because this drives me out of my mind. I know if Chris watches this video, he's going to be all excited. So Chris is our tech rep from LKQ, and one of the things he said, which stuck with me when we first started dealing with him, like I think a couple of years ago now, maybe a year and a half ago, is to set your gun up a specific way so you get a baseline when you're doing base coat, right? It works so stinking good that it drives me crazy that every time we tell people to do it, they don't do it. And then I'll see them paint something, and they'll paint two pieces, and they're totally different because the gun's set up differently each time. So to do this baseline, it's a pretty simple thing. You open up all of your adjustments on the gun. So everything's opened up, even though this gun's filthy. Everything's opened up, and then you look at your gauge and you adjust it from the wall. Not from the gauge here. This is open all the way up. So now you're just gonna set it up. This gun, if you look at each gun, either tells you can find out how many PSI it is. This gun's a 16 PSI. And then you just pull the trigger and you want your gauge to go to 16, so you adjust it from the wall until it's at 16, right? So now, if you go and you do a spray out, when you spray your spray card, it's a specific way. It's set up to this gun exactly the way it is. If it's too light, you could lower the air pressure sometimes, and it will make your spray out a little darker. Or if it's too dark, you could raise a tiny bit of air pressure, and it will make it a little lighter. But then you have your baseline to start for every time you use this gun. So now, if I go through and paint this car again, or this vehicle again, I know at this PSI, with this gun and this paint mixed exactly the way we mixed it, it'll spray the exact same way every single time. So it's just an easy way to do something simple, and I don't understand why people don't do it. One of the vehicles here we looked at, and literally one panel doesn't match the next, painted by the same person, and all it was, as you could tell, it was literally too much air pressure. It lightened it up, it gave it too much metallics, and it's just a simple thing. So if I seem frustrated, I am, because it's such a simple thing. It's such a great idea that he showed us, and I don't know why more people don't use it. So anyways, I'm gonna base coat this. Now we're gonna get back to what this video is really about, and this video is about the Walcom Clearcoat gun, which we're gonna be doing in a second. We're getting ready for the clear coat. We have the Walcom gun, but the rep sent us a new gauge, so we're gonna try this right out of the gate. Okay, we got 0 PSI. This here is the adjuster. So this should be all the way open. We're gonna open up all the valves. And now we wanna make sure that this is, the local rep told me that this gun should be at 27 PSI. So we wanna make sure we're right, well, so we're pretty much right there. So we adjusted off the wall, 27 PSI at the digital gauge. Feels pretty powerful actually, now that it's all opened up. So let's get the clear in. Okay, so that is a huge difference. I wish, if I knew about this stupid thing, the regulator, in the beginning, we would never even had this issue. So when I went to clear coat this, I actually tried this in multiple ways. I tried it very slow, old school way, slow 75% overlaps to see what it would do. Then I also did it like the newer fast way, 100% overlaps, made it flow out. It actually is flowing out a little too much. It's actually flowing out really nice. I think I should have backed off the pressure a little bit on this gun. We used the 2-to-1 AkzoNobel, the Valorem Clear, and it's a really good clear, so it's kind of like, I'm gonna try this with our crappier clears too now, because this clear looks nice. It's flowing out really nice. So this is actually, I'm actually very happy now, because it was definitely worth the investment of purchases in this gun. I am concerned with the PSI, because it says, he said 27 PSI. When I put this at 27 PSI, it feels like it's 300 PSI. So I might put another gauge on it just to double check, but I don't spray with high PSI all the time. So it's kind of a different feel. But man, I tell you what, I don't regret the first video because we got to do it, but I do want to say that this is a really good gun. I'm very impressed now, and I'm glad we purchased it.
It actually lays out really good, flowed out nice, if that's the correct term.
Everybody's critiquing the Walcom gun.
No, I think it laid out really nice. I think it laid out better than what we've been doing with the others.
Nice.
drops the phone on it.
It's not about the paint gun, it's about the painter.
Well, if that was the case, the paint would be falling off of it. Rick, was it worth $1,200 for the gun?
I think so. I think it laid out nice. It's not how good you can paint, it's how good you can buff.
Okay, so before we go and use the Walcom gun, I got to spray the base coat on it. What I want to do, hold on.
You can do it.
I can do it, I know.
Big three.
All right, so before, I keep looking at your finger. It's like right over the lens.
It's not.
Phone's hooked up on there, right?
Yeah.
Zipper's out.
No, no.